happens to be that the man, the camera happens to be trainee from Waltz Environment. You see Waltz. 2016 and 2017 Waltz member. It's a legend. So sir, that is the case before you, my lord. Today was just an introductory session. The chiefs are very familiar with our board member, you know, and so these are our chiefs, Silence, but because of to avoid conflict of interest, they are the pillars of war. When it comes to me, see me standing, I use their signatures to fly. It's their signatures that have made me this way. After war to this land, commitment financially, otherwise, signature documents. We go to Abuja, everything, everything together. So when they talk about Akpabu, him, talk about Ukpani, him. So others are just followers. Others are just to follow because it is a community thing. But they forget the fact that they are people who stood to even fight for their communities without their own knowledge. So these are the men. And they happen to be ex-servicemen or military men. So they have that stamina to withstand accusation, any kind of obstacle. So God has really used them. So they are my pillars. I don't joke with them anytime in it. These are pillars when it comes to this project. They are the owners of the project. Let me put it that way. Others are just follow. Others never believe. They did not even see anything. They say if this boy can do this, it's my son. And anyhow it is, whether we see the end or not, let's put money. They have that kind of belief. And thank God for God. The kind of belief. Through prayers, fasting, God has answered our prayers.
You're welcome, sir. Honorable Samuel Ekong, the CEO of Waltz Environmental Solution. What do you make of this project? Your company is embarking on this major project. What do you make of it concerning the just concluded ENSA's agitation from the youth and the post-COVID-19 period?
Taking into consideration the unemployed youth, which has become a major environmental menace over the years. And one of those policies we are put in place through this project is to make sure, like my highness have rightly said, is to make sure that the youth are rightfully employed, giving 60% to local content and 40% to external content by the federal government laws of Nigeria. So practically, we've been able to use the project by proposing a major consideration of youth involvement in various fields of endeavor, be it in artistic works, professionally, educationally, and otherwise. So we have engaged hands full of contractors professionally in road construction, in building construction. In fact, to the extent of trying to see how we can incorporate some into a scholarship scheme to empower the youth of these areas. And practically, that is what Waltz have done over the years. I have said here earlier, I think some months back, that we were able to train over 620 applicants in various fields of endeavor. We were the company that constituted the framework, the Consumer Protection Agency of Nigeria under the covers of the Consumer State Government, which has become a failed project because we were neglected at the point because of a tribal sentiment. But be it as it may, we have not relented. That seed took us a step further to see go into the interiors, considering the bottom-top approach, using the methodology of the grassroots policies and projects to enable employment, to create awareness, to enhance empowerment, and all of that. So practically, once I've come to see, by His grace, I give kudos to the state government under the leadership of His Excellency Professor Ben Ayari, giving Waltz the enabling environment, even supporting Waltz as far as giving us some vehicles to, to facilitate our logistics within and outside the state. So we are having a partnership with the state government under this administration, keying into making sure that we can use our policies and projects to enable the youth to be gainfully employed.
Okay, so what do you make of the project that has come to your community? How will it benefit the indigenous of your community?
In fact, tremendously. We are expecting grassroots development. That has been the initial intent by constructing this aspect of compensation for Waltz Environmental Solution.
May we know you, sir?
Okay. My name is Okimasi Ojo, legal practitioner.
Okay, you're welcome, sir. First of all, I want to know if there are any legal backings from this project, any legal backing from the government or corporate bodies.
Well, to start with, let me use the word and tell you that all legal framework can be put in place for any project to be carried out. You can't expect a company that works environmental without following due process. All due process has been followed. We've done just like Chief said. Everything legally concerning the project, concerning walls, have been put in place. So we're working tirelessly to see that yes, all rules and laws have been obeyed. Because we're talking about the company that is incorporated under the Company and Allied Matters Act.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. You see, in this kind of projects, there are concerns about litigations, and most people might want to come out and say, this is my land, and this is my land, and they will want to maybe sue the company and all that. Are there any litigations on ground?
No, there isn't any litigation. If you listen to the chief carefully, that's why we are working in sync with the chiefs who are village heads and community. They understand the people. If you're coming up as a body, as an organization, you need to work in line with the villagers or the village chief, the village heads, the community heads, and the rest. They understand the people and they understand their boundary. And when we're talking about compensation, you just don't come out and say you're going to walk into a community and take over a person. The chief's land, in quote, is owned by the community. It's owned by the government. The chiefs represents the community. And that's why when you get into any agreement in terms of land acquisition, they will tell you, is it community land or an individual land? If it's an individual land, you have to go through the chiefs for you to be able to say, okay, it is legal. So like I said, all legal framework has been met, every legal requirement has been met, we've been put in place. We've looked at it carefully, we've looked at that aspect of nobody coming to complain of taking his land without being compensated. And that's why the chiefs are there. They know.
His Highness Chief A. Obonga, I'm the village head of Waltz and I'm the representative of Urupine local government in this project.
Okay. So, this project is kind of timely after probably the post-COVID-19 period and after just NSAS activities. Does it mean that the project is timely and will benefit the indigenous of the communities?
Definitely, the indigenous. Not, in fact, the entire Urupine local government, because even when a particular community is impacted, it's not as if we are going to put the whole project in that particular community, will spread. So definitely, the entire local government will benefit. The youth will be employed. Like we say, 60%, what do you call it, local content. Whichever contractor that is coming to the community will definitely employ 60% of the people living in that particular community. So definitely it's going to be something that will relieve those communities at this point in time.
Okay. So in terms of security, what are the things that have been put in place for those expatriates that will be coming? Are there plans, are there structures for security?
We have already mobilized the youths in the communities to form vigilante and make themselves, because this is their own thing. And if they allow it to be hijacked by people outside the community, they will rob them of their development. So we have already mobilized the youths to form themselves and secure the equipment of the contractors and the contractors themselves. The awareness is already on.
Okay, you're welcome for the meeting, sir. How many people? Let's meet you, sir.
My name is So as one of the operators, and by the grace of God, we believe that with this was construction company and the project in place, all the youth will benefit from it. Those who are equipped to work, they will all benefit from it because we will make sure by the grace of God that everything works out the way God has wanted it to be.
As the MD of Waltz Environmental Solutions, the CEO has talked about the 60%, 40% local content in the host community. What are the structures you've put in place for employment, sir?
But I want to say that this is just a common. This project is a common. It's like that common mission goals, job creation. That's what we call it. That's what we call it. That we call us and we call us to do that. But at the end of the day, about 60 local content and what it's done. We are going to receive CV from different interested persons in different fields. These ones are church and these ones are actually qualified with the job. Those are not just employed, but have a practice in the job in different fields. So my job at the end of the day, every employment of the local companies checks to see if actually the person who's coming to work in this project is actually right to work. It's not right to take over the competence, the person to work as staff, not just become a person. And my job delivery. Because at the end of the day, walls will ask, how did it go? And then they shall come back to the office at the end of the day to see what actually was the input. It doesn't manpower. So the job actually depends on the input. Because we have the right people on the job. We talk about best thing as you deliver the job. But when we have the wrong people in the job, then they talk about the job collapsing. So foundationally, I have actually been able to get the right persons on ground, to do the job for their company. But it was about the people, not just the company. Whatever a man sows, he reaps. So you can give the right people the job, talk about the job, it's 100% sure.
My name's Ambassador Ezoke John Azuke. I said by God's grace we have been business tycoon for many years, and we have worked with MDG, which we all know. I worked with MDGC. Up to date, we are working with them. By God's grace, we have seen this environmental solution project that is going on across River State here. And we all know that it is a way that government at this point of time want to compensate them because of the complaints over their lands there. The assurance I'm giving is that as far as we are concerned,